Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Katie and welcome to another bookish adventure and welcome to this week's weekly reading vlog. So I'm pretty sure we're somewhere in April. I don't even know anymore. I have no concept of time. All I know is what people tell me. And people have told me that it is Easter this weekend and I have a 3-day weekend coming up. I should be working tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day I'm meant to be working because it's my weekend off, but I'm now off and I'm in Monday. So I have 3 days. I am going to do my absolute best to get some reading done. I want to try and allocate an hour a day or try and read before bed or just do something. So once I finish filming this, I'm going to read some more Flame in the Mist because I didn't read that much today at work. I was quite tired and we were chatting to a few people, but I did read a little bit, but not as much as I would like. So right now with Flame in the Mist, I'm on page 162 of 391. I said before I wasn't really sure if I was warming to Mariko. I am a little bit, but she is just taking just a little bit longer. I think because this book started off with the attack on the convoy, instead of that sort of getting to know who she is and her relationships like with her brother and her parents and learning what she's like, you've sort of missed having that. So we're having to learn who she is while she's having to fake to be someone else. So she's in this very weird situation. She's trying to gain the trust of the Black Clan to find out who and why this attack was launched on her convoy, and at the same time her brother is trying to find her and sort of protect her and the family honor before everyone finds out what happened. I am enjoying this. We are starting to have we had another chapter from the leader of the Black Clan and he was sort of talking with his number 2 about Mariko and sort of what they thought of her and whether or not they wanted to keep her as a recruit. One of them, he is very wary of her. He's very unsettled by her and he can't work out why. I don't know that he suspects that like it's a girl or that it's the person they were sent to kill, but I think it's because she is more smart than she is like the other recruits. They are obviously more warriors, rough and tumble, where she asks a lot of questions. So yeah, she's really not like them, and I think that's what's putting him on edge. I'm hoping that it's going to start to take up a notch. I think I'm sort of heading towards that halfway point now. She is getting a bit more not comfortable around them, but she's talking back a bit more. She's talking to other members, a few of them. She's putting her ideas forward about making a throwing star. So she's sort of, it's just trying to find the right people to get in there with. The City of Ash, I'm still reading this. I know I had a bit of a rant in last week's video and that was a bit of a, so I'm gonna try not to do that again. However, I will say this. So when I was listening to it this morning, they're just so dumb. Like they're so stupid. A lot of the times there are some very obvious things and it's just waiting for the penny to drop or waiting for one of them to realize something. It's quite frustrating. So I said last week how I just didn't really feel like there was really a plot happening with this book. I didn't really go into too much detail. I just said that I felt like there were lots of little stories happening. So the main plot and driving force of this book should be the fact that Valentine had stole the Mortal Cup in the previous one and then he'd gone after the sword, and there was this tension between the Clave and Jace in regards to Valentine. And we're having all these little sub-stories happening around it, and occasionally Valentine will have a chapter or a part of a chapter where it's like from his point of view, but I just felt like that was going to be more of a driving force. I was also hoping that the first book was an introduction to the Shadow World and the Downworlders and just everything that Clary didn't know existed. So I kind of hoped that with this one it was going to be a bit more of a, we're going to throw her into that world a bit more, whereas it started with her kind of being not really part of it, still not 100% clear on the time frame that had elapsed. It definitely hasn't been very long, which is fine. I just thought we were going to have a bit more of Clary being introduced into this world. I forgot to say previously, I know I've been saying that I slightly hate some of the characters less and I'm finding some less annoying than others. One thing I am getting still frustrated about is this whole arrogance and pride that the Shadowhunters have. When Simon sort of turned up with Clary for whatever reasons, I mean something happens with Jace and she comes running, their reaction is still, ugh, like who brought the mundane, like why is the mundane here? And I just feel like after everything that happened in the first book, I just feel like Simon has just earned a little bit of respect, in how he's handled all this craziness being thrown at him, because even though Clary has said I think you should stay home, I want you to be safe, safe. He's like, no, I'm coming with you. And he ended up saving their backsides in the last book at one point. So I just feel like he deserves a bit more, just a bit more credit. Part of me was hoping that maybe like Alec or whoever had said, oh, like, oh, who brought the mundane? But there might have been, I don't know if you just heard that crash in the kitchen, I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, I was kind of hoping that, yeah, maybe one of them would say that, but then there'd be like a sly smile. So you kind of know like they're joking, but there just doesn't seem to be that. And for me, this is quite disappointing. I was just hoping that there'd just be a bit more character development there. However, things have been happening to Simon in this, and they have been caring and worried. So it's a mess. It is all over the place. So I don't know. We will see how we go. So I'm going to try and just balance my time with both books, and plus spend the weekend with my mom, sort of doing my nails, pampering it up, and binge watching something on Netflix. Yeah, a little bit of an odd week for me right now. It's just, I have no concept of time right now, so I'm just a little bit kind of confused. Once I get the weekend over with, it'll feel like totally normal again. I just want to like find some semblance of like normal. I just got to get to the weekend, and then I'll be like, okay, I know where I am. Hey guys, please excuse the rather casual attire here. I am just in my dressing gown because literally the minute I get home, it is comfy clothes only. So I've literally just finished City of Ashes. I was listening to it this morning when I was getting ready for work, and I sort of paused it, and I suddenly looked and I was like, oh, I have like 48 minutes left. I did not even realize how close I was to the end. So I've just mished it now just before dinner because I just really wanted to get it done. I'd say 2.5 stars. And that's being generous. That's me being nice. I feel like I have such a love-hate relationship with this book, to be honest. This is very difficult. Like I said before, I hate it less than the first one. The characters have been slightly less annoying. Clary, just, yeah, holding my hopes out that it gets better. And the same with Jace, to be honest. It's a struggle. Like I said, it's just like a series of moments that are happening, and then there's like the actual plot. Yeah, I don't know, it just didn't really feel like that was the most important thing. I have decided that going forward, I'm going to read it in 2 halves. I was just going to read it as a 6, but a while ago, back when freedom was allowed, on the way back from my friend's Katie's, oh god, that must have been months ago, me and Alice were chatting about it, and she sort of said to me, read it in 2 bits, because I never knew that it was like 2 trilogies. It's not something I knew, so she suggested to me to do that. So I'm gonna read the next one, and then I'm gonna go for the prequel, and then come back to it. And then I was chatting to her sister last night, and Beth said the same thing. She said, yeah, it is better to do it that way. She said the second half, so the second trilogy, is a lot better than this first one, and she sort of said the characters do grow up, so it'll be fine. So Beth, I'm holding you to this, and then it gets better. Anyway, I'm gonna head off now, take off my makeup, and just do a bit more relaxing. I had 3 days off, which was so nice for Easter, and I'm very happy. I did manage actually to read both books, and so I actually did get a good lot in, so I'm very happy. So I'm ridiculously close now to finishing Flame in the Mist. But yeah, I'm gonna just go take off my makeup and then wait for dinner. I have come to notice, whilst looking back through footage, yeah, I have noticed that I have a tendency to wear the same clothes all the time. I feel like I must just look like my wardrobe is only black top. I swear I own other clothes. The problem is I have like set lazy clothes. Like I come home from work, I get out of my uniform and I go into comfy mode, and it's basically my pajama bottoms and then some sort of top that isn't my pajama top, so I don't just look like I'm in my pajamas. But I would like to stress I do wear other clothing. It's just when I get home I'm not going to put on my nice clothes to just laze around in. But I just realised that when looking back at footage I'm like, okay, I was wearing that the other day, I was wearing that the other day. I own a lot of basic black tops. So as I said, I finished City of Ashes. I am so ridiculously close to finishing Fame in the Mist. Oh my goodness, I'm not even kidding. I have that much left. I think I'm at about 90% now. I'm so close to finishing. Super stoked about, because that's like 2 books in a week, which is so good for me, and that's like 2 books just at the start of April, possibly 3 now. However, downside, I need to find something else to read. So yeah, I am like thrilled. I am really enjoying it. Obviously it was going to be that she's infiltrated into this black clan to find out, you know, why they were sent to kill her, and it was obviously going to be that, you know, there's going to be more to them than they seem, a potential romance with one of them. So, you know, it was going to have like its obvious pathways, but it still is really enjoyable because she's obviously conflicted with, you know, bringing honor to her family and doing the right thing, finding out the truth. And there have been moments when her brother has appeared and she's almost had to help the black clan and save the black clan, that her brother doesn't end up realizing, oh, that might be them, or that she's like there with them. So there have been moments where she's sort of been, damn it, I have to like betray my family, not betray my family, but you know, she's being appreciated a bit more for her ideas and the weapons that she wants to make. And although they are to sort of help her, they also do aid them, but what she does is appreciated. I have to say, it has been really nice having other point of views. Like I said, I wasn't expecting that. So having, even though they are sort of far and in between, so occasionally we get one from her brother's point of view. We haven't had the Emperor, actually. We haven't had the Emperor ever since. And we get the odd few from her brother, which is quite nice because, like I said, there are points when they were at the same place. So sort of him trying to get information without trying to tell everyone my sister might be dead, because he doesn't want word to spread, and him trying to find out what may or may not have happened. Something quite, not big has happened, but something has sort of happened back in his home, like little province, not empire, but his family land, and it's made Mariko sort of realise a few things and sort of have to face a truth that she may not have really ever realised. But I think that's a standard thing of coming from a more privileged background, and it's just seeing her family in a different light, and the same with the brother as well. And I suppose it's that you never really look at your family in a certain way, because the culture that they come from, it is about bringing honour and stuff, and in the time it's set as well, you know, a woman's worth only being to be sold. She's never thought like that at all, and she's always thought that just because she's a woman, like what the hell should that matter? And she's trying to play the dutiful daughter, but at the same time she wants to be herself. So I'm really interested to see how this book is gonna end to lead on to the next one, because my thoughts will be one of 2 things. I think she's either gonna completely hold up her hands to the black clan eventually and just say, I want to join you and what you want to do in your quest for, you know, making things better for everyone. So possibly, yeah, another idea is that she will still do that, but she'll go home and possibly be a spy and carry on with the betrothal to the Emperor's son as a possibility, because I like to not read the synopsis of the second book. Obviously A, because I haven't finished the first one, but B, it's quite, sometimes they give away too much and I don't like that. I like some of it still to be a surprise, which I know is stupid, because when I read it I'm like, oh my god, this happens, but then if I literally just read the synopsis I would know this fact. So I will probably finish that book tomorrow. I'm working late again, so I'm doing 9 till 5:30, which is why I need to edit this today, because by the time I get home tomorrow it'll be 6 o'clock and it'll just be cutting it fine for me to have dinner and just enjoy my evening. So I'm gonna edit tonight, and then if I get any time this evening I will carry on reading. It's one of those things that the amount that's left, there is enough for an hour's lunch break. I don't want to start reading it and then not finish it, because there is no point in me taking it to work tomorrow. So I reckon, yeah, I will get it done by the time I finish work, and then when I get home, if there is any left, then I will finish off. But yeah, that will be done and dusted tomorrow. So I now just need to have a think about what I want to read next. I've been umming and ahhing as to whether or not I want to get an early start on May's read, or if I want to just do something different. I don't know. So that's it, I'm heading off now. If you enjoyed this video, then show your thumbs and smash that that like button. As always, comment below about anything. Did you have a good Easter? What did you do? Do you have like Easter traditions? And obviously the situation being the situation, did you have to like change them, or are you like quite low key on the Easter tradition front? If you're new, then hit the subscribe button and don't forget to ding the bell to never miss a video. Like I said, I hope you had a great Easter, and I will see you on, oh, this is weird because I'm doing this so early, so I will see you next Monday for another video. I don't even know what that will be yet, but we'll see. Either way, have a great week.